Hey guys, you know this lovely bearded gentleman right here as Brandon Lively, and also husband of Corey, whom we have already talked to. So Brandon, when did you realize that you had a need for Jesus?
So my original need I had was actually when I was here at Beachwald as a teenager.
You grew up here, right?
I grew up here, so I've
Like
actually
since day one.
My mother tells it I was here the first Sunday after I was born.
Wow.
So I've been going here for nigh on 30 years this summer.
All right.
So, but I was actually a student in the youth group here, and we actually, like this church still goes to, we went to Round Lake one summer, and we actually had a whole group of us that I grew up with. We're all there together. And I hadn't been baptized yet, but we had a really fun week, and we were just talking about faith and being baptized. So during like one of the invitational times, I really felt like the pull from God to like get baptized, but I didn't want to do it without like my family there. So our children's minister at the time was with us. So I talked to her, and I actually waited till I came back the Sunday after, and I actually got baptized here at Beachwald.
Okay.
But we had a couple kids who got baptized while we were at camp, but it was such a big thing for me to like talk to my parents about it and talk to, you know, my children's minister at the time and make sure it was something I wanted and wasn't like just in the moment of like being a week away like with everybody.
Yeah.
So it was a big thing for me of like realizing, okay, this is something I actually wanted. It wasn't like a situational like step away from everything. So that was when I was 14.
Wow. Okay. So was there something like missing in your life? Did you feel like something wasn't right that made you want to do that? Or was it, did you not realize it until the Holy Spirit pulled you towards baptism?
It had been a feeling for a little while. Like you talk about, you know, baptism and Jesus dying for you a lot. And it was always like, you know, I had friends who had gotten baptized, and I was like, well, I'm not really like, okay, you know, I know Jesus died for me, but I didn't like feel it. But that week with camp was especially like a thing, just like stepping away from like everything else. And it was just having fun with friends and focusing like on our faith and worshiping kind of, you know, with just all teenagers my same age. And it was stepping away from just distractions of stuff that had kind of been, I think, in the way. And it was very much a thing that kind of God kind of opened the door and was like, listen, you know, you've been thinking about this. Like, this is something for you to like take time with other people and delve really deep into it and realize this is something, it's not just a feeling there, but it's something that like you actually want to actively happen.
Wow. So it sounds like, you know, you'd grown up at Beachwald, you've been going to church, and it was just another thing you did. And you just kind of, you lived out the faith that your parents had sort of passed down to you. Yeah. And then you go away on this week of camp when you're 14, and boom, all of a sudden you experience what it's like to have your own faith and your own relationship with Jesus. Is that what I'm hearing?
And it was definitely a thing of like, you got up on Sunday and you got ready and you went to church with your parents, and then you were in service and you were downstairs, and it kind of got, I think, kind of in that motion of everything. And you're like, okay, you know, getting baptized seems cool because you get, you know, you get your little cracker and you get a little cup of juice and you're with all the adults. And like you feel like an adult type of thing. But it was like never that thing until I got to like really deeply think about it, that I was like, this is something that like I want to be saved because I know I've done wrong, and I know, you know, I live in sin, but I want to like actively turn away from the stuff I'm doing wrong to, you know, take that salvation that God was giving me. And it was like, it became not just a routine and something I was going through, but like something I actively wanted to participate in.
Wow. So like, you know, God used camp and it sounds like the people and that were with you at that camp to say like, all right, man, it's time to start following Jesus. It's time to make this real. Like, let's do it.
Oh, actively.
So what's kind of changed since then? What was next for you after that?
For me, it was like definitely just realizing, okay, I've taken this step, like how to grow in it type of thing. So finding my own way of, you know, prayer and study, and realizing, you know, even though I had like friends in school doing different things than I was doing, like finding kind of my own path as I went through everything, and realizing it wasn't going to be easy, especially like as a teenager going through it. I had to kind of, keep pushing. Even now, you still have a lot of times where, things actively in the world fight you, or, situations come up and it tests you in different ways. Even though you have that weight on you, it's God's burden also to take it off and help you realize, listen, I'm not only just, saving you, I'm here to walk with you.
Wow. Yes, that is so true. So there you have it, everybody. Brandon has been lost. Now he is found, and he is walking with God, with the strength of the Holy Spirit. Awesome stuff. All right, we're done.